about your siblings, but I didn't really get a clear picture as to how the family came to be set up like that. You mentioned there's a lot of divorce and
Yes.
recouplings and stepchildren, and you gave me a good picture of what your family looks like now, but do you think it's important that we talk about how it got to that place?
Not particularly. I mean, essentially, parents divorced, got with other people.
So your parents were married at one time?
Yes, they were married at one time for a short period of time.
Do you know how long?
They were married in 1990. They were actively together for married for 5 years, and then were actually technically married but separated for a total of 11 years, I think.
Okay. And were they got married in 90?
Yes.
You were born in 89,
Yes.
so they must have been together.
They were together from 88, I think.
Okay.
They weren't together for very long.
So 88 to 95, they were...
Actively together, and then until 2001 were bound together by
Legal.
law.
Okay. So you were 95, you were 7 when they separated?
I was 5. Born 80. I'm late 89, so I go along with the years. So 95 I'm 5, and 2001 I'm 11.
Okay.
Yeah. I was born in September 89, so I actually still go along with the years.
That's convenient.
Yes, I don't have to do much math.
Okay, and anything else that you want me to know there? Did you have good relationships with their...
I don't know. I know from, I didn't actively know this, but they were not a very good couple, and they kind of hate each other now. But it's not. In terms of relevance to my current life, it's not very relevant.
Okay.
It's kind of that happened. Now they're with different people. I was very young.
Right. In terms of what that means now, your both parents are remarried. Are they both married?
My dad's married. My mom isn't.
Okay. Is it your mom is with someone?
Yes, Henry. Man.
Henry and mom. Dad's partner's name is
Lisa.
Lisa.
It's Leo and Lisa, Henry and Heather.
Wow.
LOL.
Sounds cute.
Yeah.
And you get along with Henry and Lisa fairly well?
This isn't very relevant. No, I don't get along. Lisa more than Henry, but probably just because Lisa's on the other side of the country. I don't have to see her or talk to her very much.
So you get along with Lisa better? Lisa more?
Because she's far away.
Okay.
I don't have to interact with her. But if I had to spend time with her, I probably wouldn't get along with her.
And does that affect either relationship with your mom or your dad?
A little bit. Again, it's not like a active thing. I live here. Everyone else lives somewhere else. I'm not very warm with them, but they also got together when my dad and Lisa and my mom and Henry also got together about the same time when I was 18. I was almost moving out anyway, so I'm just not close with them. I don't know them very well. They seem to have very different values from me.
Right.
So I'm just I don't have to like them. They exist. I live here.
Okay.
Yeah. I go home for Christmas to Alberta.
Mm-hmm. And you still, your communication with your mom, what's that like?
I talk to her at least once a week. I was just texting her now. I text and talk to her a lot. My dad, way, way less, but I also haven't lived with him for almost 20 years.
So you grew up with your mom.
Yes.
I kind of had a feeling from the way that you talk about her, but
Yeah.
you hadn't actually made that clear yet. You seem quite close with your mom.
I am. My mom knows everything about me. For like, I lived with my mom, just me and her, for quite a few years. Because my brother went with my dad when he turned 12. And so it was just me and my mom from when I was 14 to when I was 18.
Okay. How old is your brother?
He is now 20.
So you guys are quite close in age also.
Yeah, we're 2 years apart. Or actually, we're 2.5 years apart.
Okay. Are you close with him?
Relatively. Like we had a lot of turmoil when we were younger. We fought a lot and all that. But now, like we call each other, and he calls me when he's stressed out, and I don't call him when I'm stressed out because I'm a very, number one, private person, and number two, if I'm stressed out to the point where I'm calling someone, I'm calling a professional because I find that my stress gets really intense.
Okay.
And I'm also always the person people call. I'm just that person, and having that, like, it's weird to me to like call someone who always calls me.
Right. So you think like your brother kind of depends on you for support, and you want to stay in that role?
I want, yes, I prefer the role of me supporting my brother than my brother supporting me.
And you don't like the idea of having mutual support, like.
Well, he does in some ways. Like, he
yeah.
does know, like, when I'm stressed out, and, like, I'll tell him, but I don't call him up.
You don't rely on him in the same way.
And I don't think he relies on me that much either. Like, we talk every couple of weeks, and I'm trying to bring it down to every week. Because, like, I'd like to work on that. Because we didn't live together. We lived together till I was 14. And then he moved away and had his own life. And, like, essentially, like, Newfoundland is like another country. Like, it's just way the heck over there on a different chunk of land, and the culture's completely different.
Different, like, language almost.
Language is almost a different language. Like, you have to learn it, and so we grew up quite differently. Like, we have these separate, and my dad is very strict. Like, you clean your room.
So your dad moved to Newfoundland?
My dad's from Newfoundland.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but when my parents divorced, he eventually moved to, like, when my parents separated, he moved to Toronto and lived there, and that's where my brother moved with him, and then a few years after my brother moved to Toronto, due to, like, troubles with what my brother was getting into, they moved to Newfoundland.
Oh, okay.
But, like, my dad always wanted to go home. He always talks to go home. Whenever I get a call, it's like, when are you coming home? But I've never lived there.
What is your dad's cultural background?
He's Irish and Portuguese and Viking and Scottish, maybe, mostly Irish, English. I don't know, like European, but he's more Irish than anything else.
And your mom's?
My mom is like the nut side, like French, English, and Scottish from my grandpa, and then from my grandma it's like Michelle Cree, Dene, Blackwood, Ojibwe, and then French and English, and Scottish. I'm Scottish on both sides there. A lot of things, but I do know, like, I present, like, I'm darker skinned, so people are like, Mexican most of the time. If it's not Mexican, they cannot speak Spanish. Or they're like, oh, she's brown and so original.
Do people ask you, like, people just random on the street ask you, like, are you going to take a shot?
Not random on the street. Generally, people wait a little bit. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. You've been in this UIC program, so we were taught in 100 like how rude it is to ask. Like, you don't do that. And everyone always asks me, and I never really know how to respond because I'm like, I kind of get defensive. I'm like, why are you asking?
Yeah.
Like, I actually had like a really good friend of mine wait like 4 months before it asked me, and I was still like kind of chewed him up. I was like, then don't answer.
Yeah, I've had similar situations and I don't know how to deal with it either, but like people I've never even met before. Like I'll go into like a business and the guy behind the desk will be like, are you half Asian? And it's like people really need to like place that to know how to interact with you. I find it really interesting.
I haven't asked at random, like people I've met for the first time will ask me like, but they'll make it kind of like a, oh, this part of you is so beautiful, are you?
Right.
Something. And I'm just like, what are you? And sometimes that doesn't work because like they'll turn it on the head and like, I'm Dutch and blah 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 blah. Well then I guess like if you actually know who you are and that's important to you to know those kinds of things, to do with family history, etc. and whatever, but I don't know.
So it bothers you?
I don't know how to explain it. It didn't, and then when in CYC when they said it was a problem, it did. And I didn't like that it bothered me after that. But now it does, because it makes me think of the motives and what people are saying.
Yeah. So it's not actually like the act of asking that's irritating you, it's like where you're coming from.
And like you can't ask, and I try not to be defensive, but it comes across as defensive, like why are you asking?
Right.
Why do you need to know that? And even the way I'm saying it now, like you sound very angry when you say those things. Yeah. I'm working on it. Again, like that's not such a big part of my life. Like people, I have a very high position at my job. No one's asking me anything. I mean, sometimes I do. And when they do ask, I kind of try and take a step back and be like, they're not doing this to be rude. These people have known you for over a year. They're just curious about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a question I never ask anyone. Sometimes it's true. I really can't place someone I want to know. I don't know why, but it's like, I think it's sometimes mostly when like I think people are indigenous, and I'm like, so are you part of the First Peoples House? And they're like, I'm Filipino, and I'm like, that still counts. This is the First Peoples House, not the Canadian First Peoples House.
Right. So you're asking from a place of wanting to connect.
Wanting to connect and just like letting people know about resources, because people will talk about needing, like with my job, they'll come to me and be like, geez, I'm really stressed about finances, and I'm like, well, I have all of these different things you can apply for, but you have to be a certain thing, and so a lot of that comes from like, I can even, like, honestly, I can find you a Ukrainian-based scholarship if you're Ukrainian, like, even a little bit. So that's also part of my job, like, or at least a part I take on in my job, because I get really stressed about finances, like, insanely stressed about them. So I know that, it's like, I know that feel, bro. So let's try and figure out how we can work that out. Other than, like, being really, like, if you have a 9.0, you're getting